So we've just been cruising around on the Tracer 7 GT from Viamoto, and the F800GS has gone down there for a 22-point check.
That's a lot of checks.
It's a lot of checks, and they've just rung with the report, so we're going to go through it. The bike, I bought it from a dealer, and it's been fine. There were a few questions about it, and it took me a little bit of time trying to get an answer from them. But just so you know, they did say, well, if there's anything wrong with it, bring it back in. So that's that. However, Viamoto, I get them to check all my bikes, just like when I got the Versys, and we got this F800 now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So they always check them over. They do this like 22-point check. It's a visual health check.
Okay.
And it's just so that I know where I am with the bike.
Yep.
Yeah. This week's clothing is Halvarsens. Stephen's kitted me out in Halvarsen gear. It's a Darlin jacket and Darlin trousers. A jacket is a little bit more premium. It's £649.99. And then we've got the trousers, and these are £479.99. So the price is going up. So the gloves are called Tihola. These are £100 actually, and these look good quality gloves. So this is Scandinavian stuff, Swedish, and I think, see if I can give you a better view of them. Move over here. So everything on me should be waterproof. The only thing that's not waterproof is the camera, which means I've got to get a jog on here. But underneath this Halvarsen stuff, I'm dipping my toe into base layers, and I've got this base layer on, which is Oxford. This is probably a mistake, isn't it, when it's raining, by gearing off. So this base layer is from the new Oxford Atmos range, and it's like a puffer jacket. Which means it's really thin and it just sits underneath. I'm not sure of the price of this actually, because basically I just go down to Viamoto and Stephen goes, right, let's have a look at this weather. It's going to be a bad weather week. I'm going to put you in some of this stuff. So I'm going to be interested to see when I go around and I pick these things out. I don't know anything about this gear, but Stephen does. And he's just trying to help me to get through it all so that I've got a better understanding, and we're just documenting it. Good thing about these trousers is they've got salopettes, and I really like them. I've got them on my Stormland stuff. Everything's getting wet, so I'm going to get this gear back on, get the camera away, and through the week I'm going to commute on it. We're going to go about as business, and then by the end of it I'm going to tell you what I think of it. And does it really live up to the hype? More expensive. I know it's not, like, we're not in rucker territory here, but we're getting quite pricey, aren't we? And last thing, you know that bag that I featured last week? I ended up buying this. It's perfect, really good. I think it's about £80, but it keeps everything dry. They've gone through all of the visual stuff, so they don't take anything apart. We can't do any of that. But so the wheels and tyres. So the front, we've got 4mm on the front tyre,
okay,
and 6mm on the back. Now what they do is that they tick it either advisory, visually okay, or requires urgent attention.
Okay.
So they're fine.
So even the front ones?
Front and back, yeah.
Okay.
So we've got plenty on there. So they've had a look at the brake and the clutch, the externals of it,
yeah,
and that's all fine. The clutch cable's fine. The engine noise and smoke is fine, so, you know, we're not burning anything. It's just good to have a mechanic on this stuff,
yeah,
don't you think?
We don't know, do we?
No. Mirrors, I can do that. And then lights and electronics. So all the mandatory lights are working, which is good. The horn's working. Warning light is illuminated as well. So that all works. And then the check over the engine. So engine oil levels and antifreeze. So that's all good. Water, oil and fluid. They look for leaks.
Right.
And she's got no leaks.
That's really good.
Another good one. Battery condition, all good. So they've checked that out.
It's sounding brilliant.
It's all looking good, isn't it? And then we come to the brakes and the hubs. Now, I had a little bit of concern over the brakes because the front pads looked worn down, and there was an advisory on the last MOT, which were done in May. There were two advisories, one for the front pads that were worn, And then the other advisory was for the exhaust being a noisy.
Bit loud. Yeah.
Okay, so which we've already spoke about in the video. But the master cylinder fluid, the rear one, it's contaminated. It's got 4% contamination. I think that's water. So,
Right, now that isn't good, is it?
well, they've put that in that it requires urgent attention.
Oh, does it require urgent attention?
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're going to have that changed over. So because it's 4%, it's got, obviously if you've got
Right.
water in it, then it's not going to work as well, is it? So that's the rear one. The front one's okay. That's at 2% contamination. I don't know how these things get contaminated.
Yeah, what's
Maybe you
the
can.
accepted level? 1%? 0%?
I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell me. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I think it's a thing that happens. When I've spoke to my mates at Ride, they go, "Oh yeah, you know." So they're going to sort that out for me. So the front pads, well, that's got a advisory, same as the MOT. So the
they've
pads
not
and
been
discs.
changed.
Yeah. So the discs, they're worn to 4.8 millimeter, and that's at the front, and the pads are down to 2 millimeter. So that's on the front one. And then on the rear one, the pads are okay. So basically what they've said down at Via Moto is if you're running it through winter, you've probably got enough on your pads. You know, there's a legal limit.
Yeah,
Because
and it's not at the legal limit though, is it?
It's not at the legal
It's not
limit, no.
yeah,
no.
illegal limit, sorry.
So, you know, it's like, I need to get it changed. And they just said, well, you go down, there's a legal limit, you go down to the legal limit, you're just getting rid of normal use of the pads. So there's nothing wrong with the pads,
Yeah.
which I was really pleased about because you have to be careful. I took a picture and ChatGPT'd it, and it says, oh yeah, they're looking slim. What they've said is, if we're going to do any touring, long distance, you want to get it done because you'll wear them out before you've done.
Okay.
So you're going to have to do it mid-tour, which you don't want. So we'll have to see. We don't know. I really want to keep this bike.
I know you do.
You're not fussed.
No.
So we'll see. Wheel bearings, they're all good. And the hoses, pipes and cables, they're all good. So it's good peace of mind, isn't it?
So is that over 22 points?
No, there's some more. So the exhaust system, there's an
Yeah.
advisory on that for being noisy.
So that's still an advisory.
It's an advisory which we know about. Now it's whether we like it or not. To be fair, after I've been riding it for a bit, I don't realise it's only when you come to a stop and then all of a sudden you like yank it back and then it gets noisy. The chain and sprockets are worn, but they said, well, they will be worn because it's doing its job. So there's an advisory on there. And again, it said if you're going to do any longer touring, you'd look to change your chain and sprocket before you get out into Europe or somewhere else. But it's just proving that the bike's done some miles, 31,500 miles, and that's where we are. But there's one thing that's quite interesting. The forks at the front, so these are forks.
Yeah.
These things.
Yeah.
And they have a seal on them. And on our F800, it's leaking. We've got a leaky fork.
So I've got some questions when you're ready for me to ask you some questions.
All right.
You know what my question's
I
going
know
to be.
what you're going to say. But so basically, it needs new seals on the
Okay.
forks.
Is that an expensive job?
The seals are like £3 something.
Okay.
But you're going to pay for the labour to put them on. Now, these things with the seals, I'm sure people are going to say same from people that I've spoke to. They've said, well, sometimes you can have a bit of a leak on a fork and you're fine. But then sometimes it can collapse, because it all comes, all the...
Is this linked to your bike being lowered?
I don't know. Some people have suggested in the comments that the bike's being lowered.
They said they can tell. I don't know.
Something to do with the forks,
Could
weren't it?
that be something to do with that?
I don't know if it's something to do with it, but so it needs sorting out. So that is something that we're going to get sorted out. So we've got some of those on order.
Right.
Well, I may as well tell you about this Alvarsen gear. Now, as I keep saying, I've got Oxford Stormland, and that's not cheap gear. But it served me so well through last winter. And this Alvarsen, the feel of it just seems like a step up. The material that they've used on it is really, it's like soft and it's four-way stretch, so I never feel like it's pulling me. Oh, I ain't got no crotch grabbing going off or any of that uncomfortable stuff. So you can see why it might be more expensive. It's obviously, to make a four-way stretch material that allows you to do that, it's going to cost more money to manufacture. And then it's got this stuff, I think it's called Outlast material. Steve was telling me about it, but I've asked Steve to take us through the gear that I've been using and actually tell us technically why the more money and what you get for it. But I think briefly, this Outlast stuff, it's NASA technology. All the best stuff's NASA technology in it. And what it does is it allows your heat to escape when you need it to, or it closes it down if you need to keep the heat within the suit. I don't know if I've got that right or not, but I think that's what he said. And I suppose, what does that mean for wearing it? Well, this suit has just seemed to be the same temperature, whatever. Whether it's, a bit warmer and sun's on it, or it's cooled down on the night. So there's obviously some magic going on, because I've never, like if you put something on it, I'm nice and warm, I might get a little bit too warm. Instead of that, but I'm never cold. I'm just really comfortable. So it feels like it works, being in a range of temperatures. We've had rain, never wet, and it's just really comfortable. Is it better than the Stormland stuff? Yeah, I think it is.
What they said is there's nothing like major, but these odd bits they do need sorting out.
Well, my argument, like everybody's going to guess what I'm going to say, is how can somebody sell you a bike with leaky forks and with a must-do advisory on it? Not even an advisory. What's the top thing? Must-do. What was that? that you need doing? That must be done? The back pads or something?
No, the brake oil.
So how can somebody sell your bike needing brake oil and leaky pads? Don't accept that. That's terrible,
Well,
isn't it?
it's road legal. It is road
So they've
legal.
not checked it, or they've checked it and just left it.
Well, I am buying a second-hand bike.
Did they tell you?
Well,
Should they tell you?
I mean, we're doing these extra bit of tests so that we know where we are.
Would it pass an MOT then?
Yeah, it passed an MOT. It will pass an MOT. So
Okay.
that's the differentiation, I think.
So it's not
with that.
illegal.
No, there's not. No, it's roadworthy.
All right.
But these are things
I'll
that.
calm down then.
Yeah, the thing. So the dealer hasn't sold us like a lemon or anything like that. It's just that there's some things that'll need attention. But it's a 31,500 mile bike. I nearly said pound bike then. I wish.
Yep.
But so we knew that there were going to be some issues, and they had marked it down substantially, which gives a bit of headroom. So I bought it underpriced to what they normally are.
Okay.
So I'm not fussed. Do you know what I mean? I'm not.
Is that because you love it so much?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. You know. But the thing is, if we get a new chain, a new sprocket, new discs, which is like there's two at front, which makes it more expensive.
It's
It's quite an
expensive job
expensive
then.
thing, yeah. And that's why we've got to decide if it's a bike that we want to use. Just watch your back, darling. You know what I mean? It's whether we're gonna use this bike any more than the 3 months. Because if not, it's quite an expensive investment, isn't it?
Well, where would we go on it? Let's try and whittle this down.
Europe, Mongolia. I'm thinking Australia. I want to go everywhere with it. But it's whether you can get on with it.
I don't think it's comfy enough. Oh gosh, people are going to hate me. I don't think it's comfy enough.
What's not comfy about it? It's because you haven't got a top box. We've got to try the top box, haven't we?
How much is a top box? Do we know that yet?
Well, the plates only, I think we thought it were more expensive, but Steve's priced it up and that's about £40. So that's not too bad. The dog's just run off. But you didn't think you'd see that in the back video, did you?
Neither did I.
Like police interceptors with body cam. Anyway, we got him.
I've not seen you running for years. Anyway.
I haven't felt myself run for years. So basically, what happened is that dog got out of the car and it ran across, there's a road here.
Fast road.
You can see it, it's a really fast road. But it went into Barnsley College. So I've got a trespassing notice now because I ran round.
Strange man running around Barnsley College.
With boots on. They've got...
Because you didn't have your helmet on.
I know. But that dog, so what happened, the reason why that dog were running is because it still had its lead on. So the lead were like clutching at the back of it and it was scaring it, so it kept running off. But
anyway, you got it in the
I said
end.
to that girl, I said, oh, it's a fast dog. And I think she meant, well, you're not very fast. She says, oh, it's fast for a sausage dog. A little sausage dog. Yeah, a little sausage. I can't outrun a little sausage dog.
Anyway,
back to the F800.
back to your 22 points. So I think we were last saying, I'm not quite sure about where we're going to go on it. And I was slightly concerned because it's not the comfiest bike
that
I've been on.
Yeah, but I think it will be. I don't know. Oh, it might be because of your leg and everything else.
Why don't we get a top box?
Well, I'm glad you've said that because I ordered it from Stephen. So, so the top box is on its way.
What did you say? And then we'll reassess it.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a lot of love out there for that bike. People say it's a great tourer, great pillion bike, but I just don't feel that. So we need to give it a good try.
You're on this beautiful machine here, and there's something wrong with that one. It might be. You just might be a bit.
I'm allowed to be fussy. With
Yeah,
these
no, you are.
things.
Yeah. No, they're all valid opinions, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's where we are. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Catch us next time on Police Interceptors. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.